Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson here. Sorry for not posting for a month. I've been doing shit. I have to move in. I'm moving into college. I don't have to move in. I'm moving into college tomorrow, so I felt like I was obligated to record one more video before the school year starts. Yeah, again, sorry for not recording a video the entirety of August. I've been employed and shit. The haircut, so my hair probably looks terrible, but no one ever cares about that when YouTubers say it. So, last video, you may be wondering, hey, have you recovered? Are you okay? No, absolutely not. But I'm better, kind of. To record like a normal style video again. That's really all I have to be. Today's video is kind of like partially inspired actually by that video and the situation that led up to that video and my one hot take on relationships that apparently is not it is a hot take. Like I don't know. It doesn't really seem like, to me it seems obvious. It's not though, apparently. I don't know if I put it in the title. I don't know if I'm gonna write like a clickbaity title on this video or but I don't know. But yeah, anyway, the take about relationships that I have, right, is that oh my god, what is it? Hold on. Yeah, okay, I'll get to it. But like there's a spectrum, right? So autistic people. No, I'm just kidding. There's a spectrum. Like on relationships, you can side towards respect, or you can side towards trust. In my opinion, you should side towards trust, and here's why. I'm gonna go like on a whole like rampage, not rampage, like yap session, I guess, about this. People on the trust end of the spectrum, which is the one I like to go live my life by, live my ideology by, tend to say, hey, my partner can really do whatever they want. If my partner wants to fuck another girl, they're gonna go find a way to fuck another girl, right? You know what I mean? Well, actually, I'm not gay, so I don't know why I said girl, but it doesn't even work because gay men don't want to fuck women either. It's either straight women or gay men who I would date, and neither one of them want to fuck women. Anyways, yeah. The trust end of the spectrum tends to be lenient. They tend to say, hey, my partner can do whatever they want because I trust them not to cross any previously set boundaries. Obviously, the clearest boundary is just cheating. I trust them to do, if they go out, if they drink, if they do whatever with their friends, if they spend time with people of the opposite gender or whatever, you're okay to not like that. But in my opinion, you don't have to, because you should trust them enough to the point where you know that they won't do anything if they put themselves in that kind of situation. If you don't trust them, if you feel as if you have to lean towards the other end of the spectrum just because you're not able to trust them, then you're with the wrong person and you should give up. I tend to lean towards that spectrum because I feel as if the farther you go, trust on one end and respect on the other, the farther you go towards the respect, I'll explain what the respect one is later, but the farther you go away from the trust, the more kind of, I feel, restrictive you are on your partner. Of course, that's not how everyone feels about it. This is why I'm saying it's a hot take, because I've been talking about this to people. But like, I personally think it's kind of restrictive the farther you get along, and I don't think it's fair to kind of stop them from doing things just because you don't want them to do them because you don't feel as if it's respectful. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the respectful end of the spectrum. Respectful end of the spectrum, if you're more on this side, these people say that these same situations that I was just talking about earlier, let's say they drink, let's say they want to go out with their friends, let's say they want to associate themselves with people of the opposite gender, right? This partner would not really want their partner to do that because they feel as if it's a violation of respect. So that's, you know what I mean when I'm saying there's a spectrum? You can trust them enough to let them do that and know that they're not going to do anything, or you can say, hey, I don't think it's respectful for you to do that because it violates my trust. That's why there's a spectrum. You can lean as far as you want toward each direction, and I think trust is better, and this video is about that. At the start of the video, this is kind of inspired by my last relationship. She might be watching this right now. I don't know. I don't know. Lean towards trust, and she generally like to lean towards the respect side. Okay, this video is not to state that either one of them is explicitly wrong. This is just to state my opinion. It's a hot take. That's my whole point. I debated in the comments, but I actually think this is kind of interesting. The trust and respect spectrum. It's kind of a thing I kind of made up. It's probably not even real. It's absolutely not real, actually. I think because they are kind of they do work in conjunction, or out of conjunction, whatever the fuck. They work separately from one another. What I said earlier, because I was rushing into it, the main reason I like to lean towards the trust end is because I believe if you have a partner and that partner wants to cheat on you, or they want to do something that they know would violate your trust or your respect or whatever the fuck, then they're going to find a way to do it. I do not believe that it matters how much you restrict them, how much you restrict a partner that wants to violate your trust, right? If you tell your partner they can or can't go to a bar on this specific night, then that will only affect the amount of bodies and not the total, like the fact that they fucked someone. I mean that probably didn't make sense, but like we're assuming this partner is unloyal, right? If this partner is unloyal, it doesn't matter how much you restrict them from doing, because they're going to find a way to be unloyal no matter what, no matter if you restrict them from doing things or not. If they want to fuck someone else, they're going to fuck someone else. Is basically what I'm saying. I'm probably mansplaining right now, but I don't abide by this philosophy and feel as if they should restrict, or whatever the word they use to cope. In my opinion, it's restriction. But holy fuck, my hair looks horrible. Partners aren't comfortable with these kind of things for several reasons, but one of the reasons is because they don't want their partner to cheat on them, which I think is stupid, personally, because like, how you can't prevent your partner from cheating on you if they want to cheat on you just by telling them they can't go to a bar. If they're going to cheat on you, they're going to find they're going to go to something else and cheat on you. It doesn't matter. Like, just like, you see what I'm saying? What I was saying, like if you have a partner that's cheating on you, right, and you tell them they can't go to a bar, that means, oh no, they only got 4 bodies that week instead of 5. Tragic. Oh, how good for me. I was with my friends a couple nights ago. We were just chilling outside one of the friends' houses at like 1 in the morning for some reason, and I was talking with them, and I was kind of saying, like, yeah, I lean towards the trust end of the spectrum, because I believe that you shouldn't have to restrict your partner because of your personal opinion on what they might do if they do this specific thing. It varies per person, that's why I'm being kind of broad with it, but yeah, like the restrictions, I mean, that we get 6, 7, end my life. The restrictions that you put on your partner, that varies per person. To agree with me, right? And this is kind of where, again, I'm not saying either end of the spectrum is wrong. People can have their own opinions. Personally, I side with the trust. People can side with respect. That's fine. But another thing about it is this group of friends in question, we were all dudes. There was 4 of us. We were dudes. All 4 of us, well, all 3 of them kind of agree with me. So all 4 of us were kind of in agreement with this. And we were talking about it. We feel as if generally men holy Jesus, men tend to lean towards trust more often, whereas women tend to lean towards respect more often. Jesus Christ. We were talking about this and how I'm saying like all our partners were doing this, all our exes were doing this, whatever, or current partners or exes. We were talking about all of them and how they, abided on this spectrum. And of course there are exceptions, but in most cases, I mean, all 4, we've never dated any men because we're not gay. Most of the women lean towards respect, and all of us lean towards trust. It's all made up. The spectrum isn't real, so you can just like close the tab at any time. That's fine. You have any idea what the hell I'm talking about? I'm probably just like yapping some random shit. That's some gibberish or something. I don't even. One of the things I did to kind of exemplify this is I set 4 criteria, right? The 4 of us have been in several relationships over the years. I think the least amount of people any one of us have ever dated is 3, and that's me. Even though I kind of had 2 because one of them wasn't real, and the other one also wasn't really real either. But, I told them, I was like, okay, guys, listen, so, how many of your this is me talking to my guy friends, there are 4 guys here. How many of you guys have had a relationship that did not abide by all 4 of these criteria? Here's what the criteria was. Number 1 was that they initially started showing interest in you, right? Number 2 is that through some means, through maybe friend influence, through whatever the fuck, you ended up asking them out after they showed interest in you. Well, and this is the big one, the one I'm going to expand on, is that any and all problems or issues, right, that happened in the relationship that resulted in some kind of conflict between you two weren't necessarily the girl's fault, but stemmed from the girl. And what I mean by that is the girl became uncomfortable or something, or did something, or no, you did something that made the girl uncomfortable or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, I keep trying to say a different word, but it's really the same thing. It's just anything you did that made the girl uncomfortable. She brought up the issue with you, and you had to sort that out, right? That's what I mean, stemmed from the girl. That does not mean it's the girl's fault. The one is that they broke up with you because of this, if it was a done relationship. In total have been in 13 relationships. 2 of them are concurrent. And you know how many in total did not abide by all of those 4 criteria? 2. 2 out of 13. That means 11 out of the 13 relationships any of us had ever been in had followed that exact path. Here's my point with all this. That 3rd bullet point, that 3rd criteria, that all issues stemmed from an insecurity or a problem that came from the girl. I feel so, there's no way for me to, talk about this without sounding misogynistic. I don't know. On God, I don't hate women. With all of us, it was a very common theme in our relationships for the dudes, the group I was talking to, for us to all be kind of laid back. Let our partner do whatever. And of course, we had actually, but there's 2 instances of people in my group had been cheated on. At 4. I know there's another one who wasn't there. One of our other friends, he'd also been cheated on. So there's at least 3 of us. Anyways, that's completely irrelevant. That just goes to show that sometimes people aren't loyal and some people are bitches. Okay, anything one of us has cheated too. It wasn't me. It's one of my other friends. Dick for it. We all call him a clown to this day. He's like a loser. He's a nerd. 11 of the 13 relationships in which any of us had ever been in were relationships in which the dudes had been laid back and never brought up any problems because we never felt the problem enough felt enough insecurity to have to bring up anything, felt enough uncomfortableness for have to bring up anything in a relationship. The girl never crossed any huge boundaries. The girl never did anything that was the smoking gun. You know what I mean? We were all laid back and really let the girl do whatever. But the girls were not the same. And again, oh my God, this isn't me saying that either end of the spectrum is right. It's just me saying that there is a correlation, at least in the sample size we had, which is small as hell, by the way, so there might not be a correlation at all. Also, the entire spectrum is made up. At least in our friend group, that it was always the things that the dude did that crossed some sort of boundary. Of course, there was only one instance of one of the dudes actually cheating, and that was completely valid, by the way. So we can actually just call it, instead of 11 out of 13, we can call it 10 out of 12, because one of the relationships really doesn't count because he actually did do something fucking stupid. That's 12 of the real relationships that we had that didn't result in the dude cheating were the girl finding things the guy did to make them insecure, or that made the things that they did make them uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And they had to bring up an issue, and then things might have stacked up, or things might have added up over time, and eventually that was one of the main catalysts of the breakup. In most cases, I mean, the fourth criteria wasn't necessarily what caused the breakup. It was the girl broke up with you, but come on, that's what caused the breakup. I alluded to earlier. This is a tiny sample size. This is 4 dudes and 13 relationships. There have been slightly more than 4 men who have ever lived, and slightly more than 13 relationships that have ever happened. So I'm very curious to see. I mean, no one's ever gonna do this, but if someone did make an experiment about this and ask a bunch of random ass dudes this same question. And women, actually. I would be very interested to see the results. But I really had no point with this whole thing. The point is just that I guess in our sample size, women tends to lean towards respect, and men tend to lean towards trust more often. And my hot take, I lean towards trust. My hot take is that I don't believe you should restrict your partner based off of things that you think they might do. Because also, I missed the pause button, but I just thought of something else. If you have a partner that you think they might do something, that's bad. You should break up with them. And then if they do go and cheat on you, you shouldn't be sad about losing that because you really didn't lose anything. You lost someone who didn't matter. The point of dating is marriage, which I believe it should be. I mean, that's actually a whole different hot take, actually, so I don't know if I should just gloss over that. You should date to marry. I am 19, so I want to date to marry. There's a bunch of my friends who believe the same thing. Most of my friends believe the same thing. There's only one of my friends who's really in opposition to it, and he's a hoe. So if you're dating to marry, and you're in a relationship in which, this can go for men or women, in which you feel your partner might be unloyal if you allow, I say that loosely because, restrictions, if you allow them to do something, I don't know how I started that sentence. If you allow them to do something that you think they might cheat, and then they cheat, and you're dating to marry, you shouldn't be sad, because that person would never be husband or wife material. You know what I mean? Also, this kind of why I say, leaning towards trust is a win-win scenario, because, if you lean towards trust and your relationship works, perfect. You two are loyal to each other and will love each other forever and will get married and will be amazing, if you both lean towards trust. But if you break up, it's because one of them did something fucking stupid, and that means you don't really lose anything. So you either lose nothing or you gain everything. That's what I'm saying, it's a win-win. If you lean towards respect and you constantly flood yourself with this insecurity that's intrinsically inside your body, then you'll be constantly anxious and shit about what your partner's doing when you really don't have to do that. I mean, oh my God, is this a choice? Do you think the spectrum is a choice? Do people choose to lean towards respect? Because I choose to lean towards trust. But I feel as if some people who lean towards respect, I personally don't see why someone would want to lean towards respect. So I feel like it's not a choice. But then again, that's the same side of one, and I'm fucking retarded. So I'm probably just wrong. So I don't know. Probably people out there who absolutely choose to lean towards respect because they don't want their partner doing dumb shit. Which I think is stupid, because if they want to do dumb shit, they're going to find a way to do it. I believe you should prevent your partner from doing anything that they see as fun that they want to do because of a intrinsic insecurity you have in which you think that they might do something. Because even if they do, you're not losing anything. I've already explained all of this. This is kind of just the concluding sentence. It's like, you know how you're supposed to restate the thesis at the end? That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, hopefully this video wasn't too confusing. It probably absolutely was. I don't know why I went on that huge tangent about, like, the men and women thing. It really had no purpose. I just wanted to talk about how, you know, the genders differ on this. And I would actually love to see some feedback about this. Please, I really hope I didn't come off as misogynistic, because again, I don't care what end of the spectrum you're on. I just tend to lean towards trust. Towards trust. I fucked up that royally. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of thought of this spectrum like the other day in the shower, and I was like, oh, this would be a cool thing to make a video on. So yeah, completely made it up. It's not real, but even still. I just hope my brother moved into college today. I'm moving into college tomorrow. I'm probably not going to make a video until winter break, which will be in December or January, one of those months. I'm also going to Hawaii, so that's pretty cool. I got my car on campus this year, so we're going to make some devious side quests. I'm about to drive to Illinois State, like from UMD, which is like 12 hours. No one cares about this. That's not what you clicked on the video for. If you're still watching now, I don't know why, but thank you. I'm going to put you out of your misery. I'm going to end the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of a horrible video. It's confusing as hell. I don't know if you know what I was talking about. I already said all of this. I'm just going to end my life. Let me know what you think, you know, whatever type shit. Cool. Adios.